What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Blue Blood Sports TV, back at y'all with another one. So, the World Boxing Organization, better known as the WBO, has ordered now undefeated 3-division world champion, former junior welterweight undisputed world champion, now the reigning undisputed welterweight world champion superstar boxer, who is widely acknowledged and recognized as the #1 best pound-for-pound fighter in the world, in Terence Crawford. Terence Crawford is 40 wins, no losses, no draw, 31 big wins by way of knockout. He is 36 years of age, 5'8" with a 74-inch arm reach. Terence Crawford is at the WBO convention in the Dominican Republic right now, and the WBO has ordered that Terence Crawford is in position now to fight the winner of the newly crowned WBO junior middleweight world champion, Australian star boxer Tszyu. Tszyu was the mandatory, if you don't know, he was the mandatory challenger for Jermell Charlo. Okay, Tszyu now has been elevated to the WBO super champion. Okay, so Tszyu was in position to fight Jermell Charlo. He's the mandatory challenger, and Jermell Charlo moved up there to be great, quote unquote. So Tszyu, 23 wins, no loss, no draws, 17 wins by way of knockout. Tszyu is 28 years of age. He's 5'8" with a 72-inch arm reach. Okay, he's going to face off against Brian Mendoza. Okay, Brian Mendoza is 22 wins, 2 losses, no draws, 16 wins by way of knockout. 29 years of age, 5'10" with a 70-inch arm reach. Now, Tszyu was in position already to face off against Jermell Charlo. Jermell Charlo is now a 3-time junior middleweight world champion, former undisputed junior middleweight world champion, but he's still the unified reigning junior middleweight world champion. Jermell Charlo is now 35 wins, 2 losses, no draws. That's 2 losses, 1 draw, 19 wins by way of knockout. He is 33 years of age, 5'11.5" with a 73.5-inch arm reach. Jermell Charlo and Tszyu was supposed to fight last March, but Jermell Charlo broke his right hand, and Jermell Charlo was pulled obviously out of the fight. He couldn't go because of injury. So they started a press conference and everything, build up for the fight. And Tszyu stayed active, he stayed busy. He fought Tony Harrison, then he fought Carlos Ocampo, right? Staying active, waiting for Jermell Charlo to get healthy and get back right so he could fight Jermell Charlo for his opportunity as the mandatory challenger. And then shockingly, Jermell Charlo got an opportunity to fight 4-division world champion, Mexican superstar boxer, Saul Canelo Alvarez. Okay, shockingly. That came out of nowhere. Nobody saw Canelo Alvarez and Jermell Charlo fighting. Nobody. Canelo Alvarez is a 4-division champion. He's seen as the face of the sport of boxing. He's an undisputed super middleweight. He fights at 168. So nobody saw Jermell Charlo jumping from 154 to 68. Shocked Tszyu. Tszyu lost his opportunity. So with that said, the WBO decided they had to make a decision. And they made a decision that they were stripping, hence the reason why Jermell Charlo was the former undisputed champion. They stripped Jermell Charlo of his WBO title. And so since they stripped Jermell Charlo of his WBO title, Jermell Charlo now has to look to regain it, but they elevated Tszyu to the WBO super champion. Now, Brian Mendoza shockingly knocked out Sebastian Fundora in his last fight and put his name back in the running as a contender in the junior middleweight division. And so once he knocked out Sebastian Fundora, started making a name for himself. Now he's going to get an opportunity, which I thought he was going to go the WBC route, but he's now going to go the WBO route. He's going to fight against Tszyu, and they're going to fight this Saturday. So now Terence Crawford is now ordered to fight the winner of that fight. Now Terence Crawford, he's been on record. We know this. This is nothing new. Terence Crawford has made it abundantly clear. He has all plans to become undisputed in 3 separate weight classes. So Terence Crawford has a history with who? Jermell Charlo. He called out Jermell Charlo, stated he wanted to fight Jermell Charlo. And he wanted to beat Jermell Charlo. Jermell Charlo was close friends with Errol Spence, so they have a history there, right? And on top of it, it gives him an opportunity to do what? To build up his legacy, because he fights and beats Jermell Charlo for undisputed. It makes him an undisputed 3-division champion. He became the first male to become undisputed in 2 separate weight classes. He fights and beats Jermell Charlo. He's now have the opportunity to become undisputed in 3 separate weight classes. He became the first male to do it in 2. Now he fights him. He gets the opportunity to become a 3-division world champion, undisputed. So that was his plans from the beginning. But again, Canelo Alvarez, he upset the apple cart for not just Terence Crawford, but Tszyu, right? He shook up the foundation when Canelo Alvarez chose to, pick Jermell Charlo and give him the opportunity that he couldn't turn down. That upset, that shook up the foundation. Terence Crawford planned on beating Errol Spence July 29th, Las Vegas, Nevada, as he did. He beat Errol Spence. And Terence Crawford had plans to become undisputed in 3 separate weight classes and fight Jermell Charlo, but Jermell Charlo moved up. Tszyu thought he was going to get his opportunity to fight Jermell Charlo for undisputed and his WBO opportunity, and guess what? Jermell Charlo moved up, so he lost the opportunity. So that, rocked the foundation for not just one fighter, but 2. So now the WBO, now again, Terence Crawford has a mandatory rematch that he has to fulfill. He's obligated to fulfill with Errol Spence, and it was said to be before the year is up. But nonetheless, now he's in a position where he, can fight the winner, Tszyu Brian Mendoza. That makes Terence Crawford the WBO junior middleweight champion. That makes him a 4-division champion. He's right now 3-division. That makes him a 4-division champion, right? They just made and ordered, that being the IBF, President Mr. Peoples, International Boxing Federation. They just ordered Jermell Charlo a mandatory challenger, and if he don't honor that mandatory challenger by November 30th, I believe, then they're going to strip Jermell Charlo of his IBF title, right? So he has to honor that mandatory challenge against undefeated Russian boxer. So Jermell Charlo is ordered to make that fight happen. He lost, obviously, to Canelo Alvarez. So now Jermell Charlo is looking like he's going to go back down and defend his titles. So he has a mandatory. So now I don't know how it's going to work with Errol Spence and Terence Crawford, but if Terence Crawford can get the fight with the winner, Brian Mendoza, Tszyu, at 154, and then he beats them and Jermell Charlo honors his mandatory challenge and fights him and beats him, now you got Jermell Charlo versus Terence Crawford for undisputed. That makes sense. That makes sense for Terence Crawford, because that gives Terence Crawford the opportunity to become undisputed in 2 separate weight classes. 3 separate weight classes. And it's a big, lucrative fight. Now, Terence Crawford has his sights also set on, Canelo Alvarez. He's been calling out Canelo Alvarez for quite some time. Now, he feels like he could go to 168, fight and beat Canelo Alvarez. So that's his goal, is to fight and beat Canelo Alvarez. So, but this gives him the opportunity to be undefeated 3-division world champion. Now, if if he does fight and beat 3 fights, let's say Terence Crawford has 4 fights. Let's say he fights Errol Spence and beats him, fights the winner Tszyu let's say he fights Errol Spence in December, January. He beats him. He fights and beats the winner Tszyu, Brian Mendoza. Then he fights Jamel Charlo, right? For undisputed and beats him. He'll be undisputed in 3 separate weight classes. Then Terence Crawford can fight Canelo Alvarez, who says he's not in the plans right now. He'll be in the plans then. You fight Canelo Alvarez, you could be undisputed in 4 separate weight classes. Terence Crawford could be. That's a huge accomplishment. Huge. So let's see how it unfolds and plays out. But as it stands right now, the WBO has made Terence Crawford the mandatory challenger for the winner of Tszyu Brian Mendoza fight. So let's see how it plays out. Terence Crawford is there, so he's aware of this. And that's all I got for y'all. Make sure you hit the like button. Drop a comment in the comment section. Let me know what y'all think. Y'all already know what it is. It's your boy Blue Blood Sports TV. Hate, like, comment, and subscribe. You haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the bell icon to get all the new notifications. Follow me on Instagram at Blue Blood Sports TV, all one word. So all I got for y'all. I'm gone. Peace.